The Indie Writers Club is brought to you by Publish Drive. With one click, self-publish your ebooks, audiobooks and print books to thousands of stores and libraries worldwide. And now you can start for free forever. Publish Drive's new free plan lets you publish your first ebook to 35 stores worldwide absolutely free. No subscription fees, no commissions. Keep 100% of the royalties. Get your titles online in just a few minutes at publishdrive.com.
It's the Indie Writers Club with Cara, Claire and James Blatch. A place to relax, chat, learn and vent about life as an independent author. Get episode alerts and links at indiewritersclub.com. Now, here's Cara and James.
Hello, welcome to the Indie Writers Club. Is it the Indie Writers Club or the Indie Authors Club?
Indie Writers Club.
I've only had, that's literally as much as I've had so far. Cheers. We are live in the pub as promised. It's it's early in the evening and probably before most people are here. Which is
it early?
Well, early-ish, which is what we want. It's the middle of the Christmas rush. We have the hardcore here at the Cambridge Authors Group.
We do.
Not the hardcore that you write, the hardcore as in
we don't know, the night is young.
As in devoted. We have some T-shirts to give away.
Oh, God.
There's
if
enough
anyone
for two
remembers
each.
the episode where James showed us the T-shirts, I'm so pleased he remembered to bring them.
Actually, well, I might actually take my Star Wars themed Christmas jumper off.
Okay. Do you need me to hold the microphone?
No, I'm going to keep it on for now. Look, we're going to be brief because we said we'd do this pub podcast. We were going to be naughtier than we have, but it's been a somber week for me, so we're going to be a little bit more serious. We'll do our Secret Santas.
We're not, because along the theme of it being a bit somber, my present for you is a little bit naughty. So I thought maybe not appropriate, so I left it at home.
My present for you has been bought since my dad died, so it is a bit more conservative than it was going to be, so I can give you mine. I was going to do something naughty.
Were you?
Yeah, but and then
what were you going to do?
Feel quite in the right mood for it. So
Okay. Maybe Valentine's Day.
Save it for next year. We'll do that in a minute, but we wanted to talk about takeaways.
We did.
2024.
Like learning, not like food. Although we have ordered food, so that might turn up in a minute and slightly interrupt things.
I've been researching my best takeaway food this week.
That was exactly what I thought we were going to talk about.
Since in Godmanchester. Very good. Malaysian Chinese. What are your takeaways from this year? Well, I mean, one takeaway.
I've got to start.
You've got to. Well,
that seems unfair.
Have you got a takeaway? You can think about it.
No, I have actually, because I was talking to Mark, one of our friends, about this before everyone arrived. A couple of weeks ago, I thought Hello, adjusting the mic. I thought I'd had a terrible year. Like, honestly, I felt I had done really badly because I made less money this year than I did last year.
Right.
But then I gave myself a kick up the butt and thought, actually, it's been a flipping hard year. Like, personally, I've been going through a divorce, lots of things have happened.
Yeah.
And the fact that I still managed to make a living and pay everything that I needed to pay out for and enjoy my life from writing books is a success. So it doesn't really matter that I made a little bit less money on my KDP graph than I did last year.
No.
It's actually, and it sounds silly, but that was such an epiphany. It was such a moment of like, even if I never get any more successful than this, right now at this point in time, I'm living a life that I wouldn't have dreamed of a few years ago. So that was quite profound. Maybe because I've had some gin.
Do you know, weirdly, I think my takeaway from this year is the same as yours. Because
you can't just steal it.
No, but I had mine already worked out. I think because I've spent a lot of years, partly because of the way I was brought up, always taking on work and always working. And my dad, bless him, he was old school in many ways. He was definitely that you're not necessarily supposed to enjoy work. You know, if I said I'm not enjoying work, he wasn't the person to give me sympathy about it. He was that generation. And so I think I had a lot of that. And I took on everything and I did everything. And this year, I have made decisions that are not financially the best decisions, but are 100% the right decision for me. And that's quite a new thing for me to sort of reduce work.
It is a new thing for you.
And reduce income.
You heard it here first, and we've all got to make sure you stick to it next year.
Oh my God, you have to. You have to make sure I stick to it.
But I think that's, like, we so often, like, a lot of the stories in the Facebook groups and things are so inspiring, they're incredible. But I think also it can make you get to this point where you think everybody's just always having massive success all the time. And that's what it's about, and you've got to keep chasing that. And then if you're not achieving that, or if you're not doing better than you did last year on paper, that you're somehow failing. And I think one of the things we wanted to do with this podcast was be really open about that, and actually about the realities of this, because it can be hard. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yay us.
Yay us.
And we started a podcast, that's awesome.
So we have Rick, Chris, Robin. Mark is hiding behind the camera over there. You have to turn the camera on yourself, Mark.
That's unfair.
Hey, there he is. There's Mark. We're in the library at the Salisbury Arms, lovely pub in Cambridge. Cambridge is blessed with lots of lovely pubs. So I'm going to pass the microphone around. You have to get whizzy on the old Zoom there. Robin, do you want to give us a takeaway for this year?
Well, I think I've hit a major milestone this year. This is the third year that I've been full-time as an author, and in the second half of the year, one of my two major goals of becoming an author was the ability to thank my wife by out-earning her in her role.
It's not a competition, Robin.
Well, it's in recognition of her support to allow me the opportunity to take on this crazy career. And finally, I've reached that goal this year, and for the second half of this year, I've attained it. So that's a major achievement. So I'm absolutely thrilled about that. But I think it's also a year of big transformation and change, especially with the productivity tools that we've got around us now with AI. It's something where you can't rest on your laurels. There's so many opportunities and also many pitfalls, but it's exciting for what the possibilities are. So I'm looking forward to the year ahead.
That's brilliant. And what's even better than being sort of freelance and making that kind of money is it's stuff we create.
Yeah.
And being a creator who creates stuff and then earns a living from it is fantastic. That's a good one, Robin. Chris and Rick, do you want to do one together? You do one separately?
Chris and Rick are married, everybody. That's it for people who don't know.
I publish Rick Writes. I think the thing that's come out for me, because I'm not the writer, is how it's about learning. Everything's about a learning curve and pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. So we pushed ourselves out of our comfort zone in March this year and published a box set in Germany. They didn't do box sets in science fiction in Germany, and I just thought I'd missed something, because I always feel that I've missed something. I don't know if anybody else thinks they've done something wrong. So they didn't do box sets, and we brought out a box set. We competitively priced it, and luckily it's sold brilliantly. And we've got a lot of feedback from it, and it was an unexpected gift, and that wasn't the money. The gift was the new readership, and I love that we get German people saying to us in the comments things like about rust in space and how they're upset that the starship is undermanned on the bridge and things like that, and that in fact the captain shouldn't be the captain because he's vulnerable and flawed. And I just love that engagement. So we've been very happy this year with our readership, and that's what we're in it for, really.
And is that English language in Germany or German translations in Germany?
It was English to German translation. We started with trying to go through DeepL, and then we got a translator then to check that, because we felt the DeepL wasn't close enough. For example, the muzzle of the gun initially read as the dog instead of a muzzle, and so we had to be really quite careful with it. But actually, we've had a fun time learning something different. And as I say, every day we try and do something that brings us, a bit closer to more readers.
There's nothing quite the same as that feeling you get with more readers. And it's a nice coincidence. It's not always because we give books away as part of our promotion cycle as well, but some of the authors I started with in what's now Vinci Books, for instance, there's Maureen and Terry's story. Their son's passed away, and my main role with them is introducing new readers to his books. That's what motivates them. It's lovely that we send them a check every week or every month, but finding readers for our stuff that's the best bit, isn't it?
It is, and honestly, I feel quite emotional this week, because I just keep being hit with the fact that it's nearly the end of the year, and we've done it again. We've done another whole year of actually writing books, and that's our job. And now we're here doing this, and this is a job too.
And this is a job. We have new arrivals as we speak. But Rick, do you want to go with your takeaway for the year?
I think from my takeaway for the year, it's the idea of trying new things. If you'd said to me when I was 18, you'll be a science fiction writer, I'd have said, well, no, that's far too complicated. I could never do that. And then you start to get into the business, you start doing short stories, and eventually you find some success. But the important thing is the creativity, trying new things and not thinking, I can't do that. I was listening to the Leica people who produce the animated stop motion films, and their quote is, oh my God, how am I going to do this? And that's been my takeaway for the year. If you don't challenge yourself, if you don't force yourself to do new things, you'll never know what you're capable of. And if it's exciting, if it's a little bit dangerous, really that's when the best work is written or produced, I think.
And that's here comes the
We've
pizza.
got food arriving.
Here comes the pizza. That's interesting, Rick, that you and Chris both enjoy going out of the comfort zone, or both see the value together of going outside your comfort zone to see if you can do something. So yeah.
Just in terms of learning how to do covers, sorry, how to upload on KDP, all the basic stuff. I mean, now, but at the time, 4 or 5 years ago, everything was difficult. Now the things that are easier, but you're still pushing through to different things to have to learn. We've got to a stage now where we're just deciding one of our series didn't sell. So what do you do then? You've had a really successful series, as Cara was saying, you have a successful, and then you have a dip, and then you go, oh, I'm chasing something here. I don't want to be chasing it. I just want to be enjoying it. And part of the enjoyment is learning how to get better at something. That's not necessarily about money.
Yeah, and I think that's most of us. We got into being indie authors because we love that stuff. We love learning. We love the business side as well. We love figuring all that stuff out. And once you have been doing it for a while, that will become second nature. So while we've got to take sensible risks, it's also really nice when you're in the position where you can go, right, we've got a bit of scope to try something new. And I think that's what, tying into what my takeaway was, that's what I want to do next year, is like, okay, I know that I've got this as a baseline when things are really difficult. So hopefully next year I'm going to be able to have the space to try a couple of different things that are going to give me that kind of buzz again. That's the goal.
Very good. Mark, you have to give me the camera. I'm going to turn it on you. Because you have to give us your takeaway.
Yeah, I think for me, I went through a phase this year where the words just dried up, and I went through quite a tough time there, if I'm honest. And the thing was, I think actually talking to you guys was really good, because I realised that on the surface it looks like the swans are swimming beautifully, but underneath, the flippers are paddling away like crazy, and it felt a bit like that for me. So actually I went back to basics. I just started doing the stuff you taught me, on the SPF courses, and one of my books became a bestseller again, which was great, and then the words started to flow, and you and I set really low goals for our daily word count, 500 words a day, and but I got the 500 words done, and I had a day the other day I did 4,500 words, and it felt like things were starting to flow again. And I think you just stick to it. At the end of the day, it's persistence, isn't it? And you get yourself into a rhythm again, and it all starts to flow.
Brilliant. We'll wish you all the luck. You have to go back to cameraman duties. Camera operator, camera person duties.
Yeah.
So, we've got one more. So we've got a new arrival. So we don't have to thrust it on you, but a takeaway from the year. Do you have one? You don't have to. You do.
So my takeaway, which I got from this group, was, so I'm new compared to most people here, right? But I actually published. I took the plunge, I published, and I looked at the book as a learning experience. And I learned a lot.
That is the right way to do it, because I published my first book under a lot of publicity, and I really wanted it to be successful to one degree or another. But that's not necessarily the aim of the first book. The first book, you learn so much you learn more getting stuff wrong than you get right. We know that in life anyway. I didn't really give myself that opportunity with my first book.
You really didn't.
No.
You really didn't. I'm not sure you do now, to be honest.
Look, my mac and cheese is here. We said this was going to be
Okay.
a fun thing to do at the table. We've done our takeaways. I've just got your gift because you're not doing.
yeah.
You haven't brought my dildo, so I'm sorry, Dad. There's your Secret Santa.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to open it now?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have to.
Pressure.
Is it well
I
wrapped?
feel like this is going to be really sweet, and I got you something awful.
Oh, you haven't got me anything.
No, I haven't got you anything. I'll buy you a drink on the tab for the table.
Thank you very much. You'll buy me a drink on the tab that I set up.
Oh, it says with bling on it, so I appreciate
There you
that. Oh, you actually got me something really sweet. I can't hug you because there's too many microphones. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Happy Christmas, Cara. Thank you very much for being my podcasting pal this year.
Beautiful. Yeah, thank you. It's been incredible. I'm going to get really emotional.
Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah.
I'm the one supposed to be crying.
I've had a lot of gin. No, it's like if you'd have told me at the start of the year that this was how it was going to end, I wouldn't have believed it. And just thank you. Like all the people here are the people who've supported us so much. So just thank you.
Well, I was saying earlier, I can't believe when we did some test recordings before, which we didn't broadcast.
Which will never see the light of day.
Yeah, but you were okay, but you I think perhaps overthinking it. I can't believe how quickly this has become a very, I think, an enjoyable conversation to listen to. Certainly to take part in. It's a very natural conversation, which is what I wanted this to be.
I think to start with, I was shaking. Like when we first recorded, I was literally like...
I am quite scary.
You are scary. I was just so scared that you'd keep doing those really bad accents.
Or the New York Mafia.
Yeah.
New
York Mafia vampire from Transylvania.
What are you looking at?
But now it's just like chatting to a friend. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, that's it.
That's enough.
We're going to say goodbye. We're going to eat my mac and cheese and have some pizza. We thank you so much indeed for being a part of the Indie Writers Club, for joining us this year, for listening to the podcast. We are growing week on week. We want to continue to do that. So tell all your friends. But we're the OGs, right? Listen to this. You are the OG, and we couldn't be happier. So thank you very much. Have a lovely Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year, because we don't know if we're recording an episode before then. We haven't discussed
No, we don't. You looked a bit weird when I said we were, so I guess we're not. But we'll see. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Sign up for episode alerts at indiewritersclub.com. Come and chat with us at our exclusive Discord server at indiewritersclub.com/Discord. Or join our Facebook group at indiewritersclub.com/Facebook. And you can support the podcast at indiewritersclub.com/support. And don't forget to share your weekly word counts, because no matter what you've achieved this week, we're here to cheer you on. Thank you for being part of the Indie Writers Club.
The Indie Writers Club was brought to you by Publish Drive. With one click, self-publish your ebooks, audiobooks and print books to thousands of stores and libraries worldwide. And now you can start for free forever. Publish Drive's new free plan lets you publish your first ebook absolutely free. No subscription fees, no commissions, keep 100% of the royalties. Get your titles online in just a few minutes at publishdrive.com.